When I just started my trading career, I was so focused on chasing high probability strategies that would help me buy and sell with conviction, but I failed until I understood top-down analysis correctly. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what timeframes I use and how I'm able to analyze the charts every single day so that when I enter a position, I have 100% certainty. Before we start, let me explain to you exactly why you need to use top-down analysis. Now, top-down analysis is what is going to give you certainty in the market. It gives you a complete understanding of price from the highest time frame all the way down towards the lowest time frame. And what this does is it enables you to understand how price is fractal. Now, this is something we're going to cover in more detail very shortly, but you need to understand price is fractal, and once we understand that and how to read fractal price, that is when you can finally become profitable. As well as that, using lower time frame entries following higher time frame trends is what's going to allow you to get higher risk to reward on your trade. You see these traders who catch the low of day and they're able to catch and hold a position all the way up until the end of day. This is exactly how you do just that. And finally, we need to understand that top-down analysis is the only thing that is going to increase your conviction. When you're taking strategies on the lower time frame without an overall idea of price, you are hoping and dreaming that the market goes in your direction. With what I'm about to show you, you no longer need to do that. Before I show you exactly how I do my top-down analysis, here are the timeframes that I use, and I've broken them down into categories so that you can understand it better. Now, first of all, we have our higher time frame. So this is anything from the monthly time frame down to the 4-hour. Now, for me, this is the time frame that gives overall direction. When I'm looking at the higher time frame, the only thing I'm thinking about is actually where the market is going long term. So if we're looking at a period of today or the next week, where is price actually moving? And that is what the higher time frame allows me to do. Now, the mid-tier time frame here is anything from the 30-minute up to the 2-hour time frame. For me, I use the mid time frames very specifically. First of all, I'm looking to see where price is going to go throughout this current session. So whether it's within my trading hours or New York session, the mid-tier time frame gives me confirmation of where price goes during that. And second of all, this is used for entry confirmation. So for me, when I'm taking an entry, I'm looking for a closure on either the 1-hour, the 30-minute, or the 2-hour in order to actually go ahead and confirm the entries. Now we have the lower time frame, which is very, very simple. 1 minute to 15-minute time frames. These are the only ones you need to be looking at. And when you are looking at these, this is very simply short-term direction. So you can use the lower time frame for that short-term direction, and as well as that, you can use it for entering into trades. So I'm looking at the 1 to the 15-minute time frame after my entry confirmation prints, and that enables me to go ahead and get a better risk to reward, which is what I'll show you later on. So how does top-down analysis actually work? Well, I'm sure you've already figured it out, but if you haven't, we're using the higher time frame, jumping down to the lower time frame in order to actually understand overall direction. Now, for the higher time frame candles, we are using this to understand direction. So we're going to jump on there, and the only thing we're doing when we're in this period is looking for where price goes over the period of the next day or two. Then we come over to the middle time frame candles, and that is essentially where we're looking at where price might go throughout the session and what price needs to actually do in order for us to get an entry. Then very simply, we work our way down to the lower time frame section, and that is what's going to give us our entries and being sniper accurate when we're taking positions. So how does top-down analysis actually work? Well, very simply here, we're on the monthly time frame on gold, and as you can see, it's extremely bullish. Now, when we are on these higher time frame candles, the only thing we need to be doing is looking at overall direction. So you don't need to spend too long on it. So essentially, what we are looking for is very simple. On the monthly and the daily, the weekly, whatever, we're looking for higher time frame direction and then major support and resistance levels. So let's go ahead and do that. On the monthly, we're bullish, very simple. Weekly, we're also going to be bullish, and obviously on the daily, we are too. Now, for me, what I'm looking at on the daily here, which is what I spend most of the attention with the higher time frames on, I'm looking at, first of all, direction. So that is going to be done purely via market structure. As you can see right here, we are going ahead and creating bullish market structure. We've just made a new high above this previous one. So for me, that gives me an idea that we are bullish on price. As well as that, as you can see right here, we are looking for major support and resistance levels. Now, for me, that is very simply going to be right here, which we have now broken above. As you can see, we have a key level right here on the daily time frame, which this daily has now closed above. So when tomorrow's daily candle opens up, we are looking to take this up towards our next support and resistance level, which is going to be up here. And that gives me an overall direction of price and an overall target. So as you can see, I'm now using a daily range to understand where price might go. So that when I come to the charts tomorrow, I can look and understand if we are moving bullish, our target is going to be all the way up here towards 5440. So now we're going to drop down to the 4 hour and do the same thing. And as you can see, I've highlighted a level over here, which we have now actually closed respecting. So even though we closed above the daily level, we have closed respecting or below this 4 hour level, which means to me, when I come to the charts tomorrow, I would want to see maybe a closure above here and a retest before continuing up. But that is just something to keep in mind as we do our analysis. Then I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Now the 1 hour time frame is very simple here. This is what I use to mark out my levels. And when I'm talking about levels here, these are levels at which I'm looking to take a trade. So if we put here now mid time frame, 1 hour, we are doing our levels. Now, essentially, this is going to be key support and resistance levels. I have a video on my channel of how to draw these levels in more detail. So if you do want to understand and get more information on that, then you can go ahead and check it out. But for right now, all I'm doing is highlighting key support and resistance levels right here, which you can see we have a few of. Now, once I have that, very simply, I'm understanding these are going to be my trade ranges. So all I need to do now is essentially mark this out right here as an area that I'm looking for buys after a closure above. And then if we were bearish, I would be looking for sells somewhere down here. But obviously, since we've gone ahead and looked at the higher time frame direction, overall, I'm looking to be bullish on the day. So I would be looking for buys after a very simple closure above this level. Then all you need to do is go ahead and find another resistance level, which will be your target, which is the next range high, which looks to be somewhere around here. So that I now know, okay, we can target this level up here for buys after we close above this area. Now, if you want to trade the lower time frame, something you can very simply do is you can simply drop down towards the 30-minute and adjust your levels. Now, what do I mean by adjusting your levels? Well, on the 1 hour, we very simply have these areas right here. But if we head over to the 30-minute, those levels might be different. There might be price sticking out of these levels, which is ugly and inconsistent with what we're looking for. So what do I mean by refining our levels? Well, very simply, after we've got the 1 hour levels, if you want to trade on the 30-minute or the 15-minute, whatever it may be, you need to refine these levels, because the levels that you draw on the 1 hour only apply to 1 hour trades. I'll give you an example. If you see right here, we have an area in price where we've closed and essentially respected a key resistance area, and that is on the 1 hour. But if you drop down to the 30-minute and you scroll over here, you can very clearly see that this price is not respecting. And what that means is, if you close above there on the 1 hour, well, that's completely fine. You are going to continue back up because this is a 1 hour level. But if you close above this level on the 30-minute, you might have a rejection from the higher level on this 30, which is right here. And then price would essentially reject down like this. So you need to go ahead and adjust your levels for whatever time frame you want to trade on. So for me, I only really trade on the 30 or the 1 hour. And if my levels ended up looking like this, where we had price sticking out on the 30-minute, but not on the 1 hour, the very simple thing that you need to do is adjust this resistance area like this in order to move it and essentially create a 30-minute level. And the reason for that is something called time frame hierarchy. So the 1 hour is going to take hierarchy over the 30-minute every single time because it's a stronger confirmation and there's less closures. So let's try out this entire process on a different asset. Let's head over to NQ right here, and we're going to start the top-down process from the beginning. So you got the monthly time frame right here, which is actually relatively bullish despite the fact we are pushing downwards. You've made a lot of liquidity grabs and the structure overall is higher time frame bullish. Weekly time frame looks the same. You've tapped into a key support level right here, which you are now rejecting off of, and you have room up towards this next resistance area right here. So you're in sort of a weekly range. The same thing on the daily is occurring as well. You're in a range, but you've tapped into the bottom of it, and you have room up till a minimum of around this area here, if not even further towards the highs. Now on the 4 hour, we are looking somewhat similar. You're kind of ranging, but overall we are making bullish price action most recently. I know there's some bearish price action over here, but understanding we're on the 4 hour, this was all the way into last month. So right now we have begun to make some higher highs here on our market structure, which I'm looking at in order to continue upwards. Now let's drop down to the 1 hour and take a look at some levels. Now NQ is a little bit choppier currently, so it might be a bit more difficult, but realistically we can't pick and choose. So I'm looking at key rejection areas. As you can see, there's an area here, here, and here, which we've rejected off of, which is a key support. As well as that, we have a similar level around here where we have rejections over and over and over. After that, we have room up towards these highs up here, which is a very clean level. And then after that, you can look at this high here, or any of these, to be truly honest. So let's use this one just to be conservative. And now we can see our key levels. So for me, I always have 4 lines on the chart. That is very simply going to be an area for buys above, then a target, and then another target if we're bullish. And if we close back down below here, we'll be looking for sells. Now, actually, one thing that I would note is very importantly here on the 1 hour time frame, despite the higher time frame being bullish, the mid time frames, the 1 hour is actually making bearish structure. We have a lower high right here, lower high, lower low, lower low. So we're actually making bearish price action. So before I was to take a position, I would want to see that bearish price action be mitigated. And how do we do that? Simply by closing above here and making a higher high on price. And that is coincidentally lining up with one of my key levels. Now I say coincidentally, it's absolutely not a coincidence. But you see right here, we have a key rejection area. And if we close above there, for me, that would be not only us cementing bullish price action again, that would be a closure and a breakout of my level that I would be looking to take upwards. So you can see my thought process here very clearly. That means now that this line is no longer a level for me to be taking buys, because actually, despite the fact that it is a relatively clean level, that would still be bearish price action. So I'll be taking that off the charts and using this overall wider range between here and here as my area for a no trade zone. Now, if I wanted to drop to the 30, I would go ahead and do the exact same thing. And as you can see, we have closed above our 1 hour level here on the 30, meaning if you were looking at the 30-minute time frame for buyers, you would simply have to drag this level up here and look how clean it still looks, especially with the fact that we're clearing these wick highs here. And now all you need to do is very simply wait and be patient for one of my entry models to print. If we were to have now a candle closure above this area right here, that would be a confirmation for me to have buys, because that would now be a breakout of my level. And I would be simply looking for a bottom wick and a flip entry that I've taught on my channel before to take up the buys towards this high. Now, like I said, if you do want a more in-depth video on my exact entry models, go ahead and check them out on my channel. There is absolutely loads of them. And essentially, that is all that you have to do. The analysis like I just shown you, and then you learn 1 or 2 simple entry models and take the positions after they form. It is that simple. Now, we discussed earlier how gold was bullish on the higher time frame, meaning we are looking for buys. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and take a 2 hour, a 4 hour, or a daily entry on gold, obviously I'm gonna have to use massive stops, which means my risk to reward is going to be massively decreased. Even on the 1 hour here, we're looking at, a 70-point stop, and our TP is only gonna be 37 points. That is way too big for our stop loss, and we need to do something about it. So this is when we use the lower time frames to drop down and find our entries. Now, how do we do that? Well, first of all, like I said, we wait for our 1 hour confirmation. So it's very simple. We have our 1 hour confirmation. For me, that is the breakout. So the 1 hour candle has now closed above this level right here, which is very nice. You closed above the level, meaning we should continue up towards our next area, which is up here. Now, if I wanted to take that position, like I said, the stop on the 1 hour is going to be below current candle low, which is going to be absolutely massive. However, what we can do is we can drop down towards the lower time frame, and we can understand that actually we can look for an entry down on the 5 or the 15 minute. As you can see right here, what do we have actually printing out? We have a 5-minute sky dweller, which is a model that I've taught on my page before, but this right here is a sky dweller entry model, meaning I now have a buy entry model on the lower time frame. So all I have to do is wait for this candle to close bullish following the entry model. I can put my stops still below current low, but now we have a much better entry. And then TP stays the exact same. So now we have gone from a negative risk to reward to a 2-to-1 risk to reward by dialing in to the lower time frames. But the great thing about it is, because we are following that mid time frame direction and the higher time frame direction, the probability of this trade stays the exact same. There is no reduction in the probability just because I've dropped to the lower time frame, which means essentially you are getting a better risk to reward for completely free. So let's go ahead and watch exactly how this Sky Dweller plays out. So we're going to go ahead and click buy and go for a 10 contract buy. Like I said, stop loss is going to go below this area here, TP up towards the high, click confirm, and we'll watch exactly how this plays out. As you can see, our stops are a lot tighter, and we have the same TP on the higher time frame, which is the 1 hour, and TP gets absolutely smacked. So there you are, we've just secured a 2-to-1 risk to reward simply by dialing into that lower time frame, which makes it a lot easier. With this way, you're going to make a lot more money and you don't have to worry about the confirmation being lower, which is absolutely unreal. So step number 1 is very simply, you need to understand time frame hierarchy. So time frame hierarchy is very simple. The weekly is stronger than the daily. The 4 hour is stronger than the 1 hour. The 30-minute is stronger than the 5-minute. Very, very simple. So as you go down from right to left, the timeframes progressively get weaker and weaker. And what that means is, if we have a 1 hour confirmation, it overrules a 30-minute confirmation, very simply. Then step number 2 is very clear. We need to start on the higher timeframes and understand direction. So once you understand the direction, that is what's giving you the confirmation to go ahead and take positions following the higher time frame direction, because very simply, we want to be following this higher time frame direction when we're taking our positions. Because if we do that, that means that we are then able to get lower time frame entries following that higher time frame, which leads to higher risk to reward and better trades. Now, after we've got the higher time frame direction, step number 3 is very simple. We need to drop down to the mid time frames and actually plot out our levels. So this is going to be on the 1 hour, 30-minute, etc. Once we've got that and we understand where we are looking for our confirmation, so our trades, all you have to do is wait for a mid-time frame confirmation. And then once you've done that, you wait for that confirmation. Step number 5 is you either take an entry on the mid-time frame or you can drop down to the lower time frames, like I showed you earlier with the 5-minute Sky Dweller, to take position with higher RR. And once you do that, very simply, that is it. So unbelievably simple. You just do your analysis on the day, wait for a closure above on that mid time frame confirmation, you drop to the lower time frame to take the position, and step number 6 is you profit. Very, very simple. Now, if you combine all of the concepts that I've learned, if you combine all of the concepts that I've taught you today with my entry models that are absolutely high probability, tested over 1,000 trades, you will be a profitable trader without a doubt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link those other videos in the description so you can go ahead and watch them, because they are absolute banger videos and entry models that you can learn in literally 10 minutes and apply to your charts with this analysis. And that is it. That is exactly how you can use top-down analysis to make your trading 100 times more profitable. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm dropping trading education every single week. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, much love. Bye-bye.